It's one of the greatest mysteries in American history. An entire colony of people vanished seemingly into thin air, never to be seen or heard from again. For more than 400 years, mystery has shrouded what happened to the 115 English civilians who settled on Roanoke Island, off present-day North Carolina, in 1587. Sometime between their arrival and 1590, they abandoned their colony. It happened slowly and without force, which, for the most part, ruled out any suspicion of attack from groups of pissed-off Native Americans. According to historical accounts, it was suspected that the chief of the Powhatan tribe had personally conducted the slaughter of the colonists. But there's been no further evidence to solidify the claim. Then, aliens. But a team of archaeologists excavating at an undisclosed area near Mary Hill, North Carolina, believes they may have discovered vital clues into what exactly happened in a chapter of history that has remained completely blank. Since 2012, Luchetti and his team have been working with First Colony Foundation in surveying an area of land that had previously been hidden on a 16th-century map. Using X-ray spectroscopy, the British Museum discovered a four-pointed star marking an area 50 miles inland from Roanoke that possibly represented a fort. After all, the colonists never intended to make Roanoke their final settlement. So archaeologists began to dig. And heaps of relics began to pile up. There was also food storage jars, hide stretchers, buckles, and pieces of an early gun, which helped confirm that at least a small amount of settlers, fewer than a dozen, had been there at one point in time. We don't yet know how many, and we don't know for how long, but the evidence we have now is that a small group of lost colonists who, when they stated their purpose was to move from Roanoke Island 50 miles into the mainland, some of them came to Bertie County. The theory posits that the colonists abandoned Roanoke to seek help from the Croatans while they waited for supplies from England that had been delayed by the Anglo-Spanish War, and eventually settled with the tribe for good. But the Croatan on Hatteras Island suffered greatly from waves of infectious diseases like smallpox, and were almost wiped out by the early 17th century. A stone discovered in 1937 purports to tell the tale that the 115 colonists suffered attacks by local tribes and were reduced to 24 survivors, a figure which shrank to 7 when the natives turned against them. Many attribute the formation of the Lumbee tribe to English settlers and the Croatan, including oral history by current tribes. Luchetti believes the recent findings, specifically the ceramics, likely shows that a number of colonists separated from the others in an attempt to resettle on the Albemarle Sound. And so, tantalizingly, the search for answers continues. Alright folks, for more such videos subscribe to Oddity.